Hi, this is Gautam. Welcome to the 11th episode of Atlas Agenda. For today's program, we're going to look at Brazil. And thanks to all the students who had commented on the 10th episode. So, before we begin with Brazil, just a snippet on why exactly Brazil was in news. Brazil was in news because of the visit of the Brazilian President Lula. And I've told you before, whenever a news appears in your current affairs, rather than focusing on the news alone, we focus on the country which is actually present and for questions which are directly useful for your prelims examination. So to begin with, first let's start with location. Keep that in mind. When it comes to the continent of South America, Brazil's size is extremely important. It roughly forms 50% of the continent of South America, and it borders almost all the countries present in the continent. Now, as you can see from here, it borders French Guiana, Suriname, Guyana, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, and something which most students miss is Uruguay and the border with Argentina. So, when it comes to your prelims examination, keep it in mind that there is only one thing you have to remember. Rather than memorizing all the countries which border Brazil, you just have to note that there are two countries which do not border Brazil. Who are they? Well, we have Ecuador on the western part of South America, that's country number one. And the second country is Chile. Chile is a very thin and narrow country on the southwest corner of South America. So, except for these two countries of Ecuador and Chile, every other country in South America borders Brazil. So, that is your first part in which you can get prelims question on countries which border Brazil. Now, as we all have a familiar setup, let's go to physical geography. To understand Brazil's importance on physical geography, first we have to recognize that there are two major topographical highlanding areas, and based on the highland areas, your drainage pattern and drainage system actually works. For example, the first one is what you find in the center, right here. That is your Brazilian highlands, right there in the center. Brazilian highlands roughly cover 50% of the country, so it's an extremely large area. And you can see that rivers start from the Brazilian highlands and then move in all directions. That is what you study as radial drainage pattern, where rivers start in one area and then move in multiple locations. The second highland area which you have to note is called as your Guyana highlands, which is present in the north. So Brazilian highlands in the center, and then Guyana highlands in the north. So you can divide your drainage systems broadly into four parts, which will be required for your prelims. So let's start with the first one. First one, I don't think any of you will be surprised. The largest river in the world is Amazon, and most of Amazon's drainage basin and tributaries are found in Brazil. So this is your lowland region of forest, and Amazon has many tributaries, as you can clearly see, flowing either from the Brazilian highland side or it is flowing from Guyana highlands. So this large river system is your first one, and it's easy to remember also. The second and third river systems originate from Brazilian highlands, and they have a tendency to move towards north. One of the major rivers is São Francisco. Like all of you are familiar with Amazon, the second river is São Francisco. Again, do not confuse this with the San Francisco, which you know. That San Francisco is present in California. It is a Silicon Valley. But this São Francisco is a river which is present in eastern part of Brazil. It flows into your Atlantic Ocean. And now for the third river system, which is present here. It's a combination of two rivers called as Araguaia, number 3. River number 1 is Araguaia. And the second river which you find right here is Tocantins. After your second and third river system, which also flow into Atlantic Ocean, the fourth one is present in the center. This is a much larger one. This river system is not only present in Brazil, but extends into the countries of Paraguay and Uruguay, even bordering Argentina. This is river system number 4, your famous Parana and Paraguay system. So keep that in mind. When it comes to your prelims, it's pretty easy. If you look closely, this is where you have your Andes Mountains. That was asked in your 2025 prelims examination regarding countries which border Andes Mountains. And as you can observe, Brazil is present towards the eastern side, and Andes Mountains is more of a coastal mountain range. Because of this, many rivers in South America, in fact, all the major rivers in South America have a tendency to start from the western side and then flow towards the eastern side. So that is why most of the rivers will end into your Atlantic Ocean. Keep this as a simple key so that it helps you to solve questions in prelims. Now, since we are done with our physical geography, we are going to focus on economic geography. And before that, let me introduce something which is pretty obvious when it comes to the location of cities in Brazil. Let me zoom in towards the center. This is your Amazon forest, the region which you find right here. And this is your wetland called as Pantanal. Okay, I'll just show you where it is. Pantanal is one of the largest wetland regions in the world. And because of the presence of this wetland and the forest area, this is a low-lying area, this is also a low-lying area, heavily forested, the number of cities which are present in northern and central western part of Brazil is extremely less. And you can observe that if you go to the eastern coast, which is bordering the Atlantic Ocean, that is where you have most of your cities, starting from Fortaleza, Natal, the important cities in the north, Salvador, which is present in the central coast, and the most important southwestern coastal area, where you find the cities of Sao Paulo, Santos, and Rio de Janeiro, which is the biggest industrial complex. Simultaneously, you will find the cities of Curitiba and Porto Alegre, where most of your agriculture-based businesses run, because this is closer to your pampas grassland, where you have the right climatic conditions for agrarian business related to beef production. So with this in mind, let's look at the economic geography of Brazil. So keep this in mind and a simple recall that this region is heavily forested and a wetland region, and most of your population and most of your industrial towns are actually present towards the eastern side. The same applies for your agricultural regions also, where either in the hilly regions of Brazilian highlands towards the eastern side, you have plantations, or towards the coastal areas with high rainfall, you have plantations. So now let's finalize our discussion. Let's finish it with economic geography of Brazil. Keep this in mind. More than your secondary sector and tertiary sector, Brazil's role globally is predominantly in the primary sector. So the first part is regarding its role in agriculture. Brazil is too important for world agriculture to be ignored. It's always in competition with India when it comes to sugarcane production. Usually, India and Brazil share the first and second spot, and there's also heavy competition. One of the major reasons is not just for production of sugar. Brazil is a leader when it comes to using hybrid vehicles in the automobile industry, primarily because they tried transitioning to biofuel, which is ethanol, which is derived from sugarcane. The second crop which you're looking about, where Brazil has clear leadership, is coffee plantations. Number 3 and 4 are related to your larger agricultural industry, which is also a part of your meat industry. So crops like soybean, soya. Brazil is easily the first or the second producer, always in contention with the United States of America. After soya, you have corn. And soya and corn are used as feed for livestock. And that is why Brazil is a major producer and also an exporter of beef in the world. So keep that in mind, both for plantation crops and crops associated with the livestock industry, including a meat industry. Brazil is an important player. Now, not just in agriculture, but also for minerals, Brazil is indispensable. And the first point which you have to know, which is more relevant for prelims, considering the number of current affairs discussions, is rare earth elements. As most of you would have prepared, the country with the largest reserves of rare earth elements in the world is China. But Brazil has the second largest rare earth reserves. Again, keep that in mind. I'm not using the word production. We're only looking at reserves here. Main reason being, even though it has the second largest reserves in the world, when it comes to production, Brazil roughly contributes to only 1% of global production. Because even if you have minerals, it's important to know the technology for separating the minerals and processing, which Brazil definitely lacks. Apart from rare earth elements, the other important minerals are iron ore, easily a major producer, and bauxite. And the last thing you have to remember is that when we discussed about the episode in Venezuela, we had mentioned that Venezuela has the largest reserves of oil in the world. But in spite of having the largest oil reserves, Venezuela is now the largest producer. In fact, Venezuela is not the largest producer even in South America. When it comes to production of oil from South American nations, Brazil is the largest producer. So if you look at Brazil right now, you'll pretty much get the idea that it's relevant not only for agriculture, but also for minerals. So it's heavily oriented towards primary sector, but definitely helpful in the global market. It's the fifth largest country and too much of production, which can never be ignored. So that wraps up our discussion regarding Brazil. And before we close, always like to mention this: whichever we focus on always determines what we miss. So we discussed about Brazil. Let's see whether you can get the question on Argentina correct. The question is simple: consider the following countries: Peru, Paraguay, Chile, and Bolivia. How many of the above countries border Argentina? Do leave your comments. And in the next episode, which will be aired on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., I will be meeting you again. That's it from my side. This is Gautam signing off. Thank you.